Siemens arc fault circuit interrupters, or AFCIs, are designed to protect against electrical fires caused by arc faults. However, nuisance tripping can sometimes occur, leading to frustration. It's important to note that as of March 2023, there hasn't been an official recall issued for Siemens AFCIs. However, in 2016, Siemens released a Field Notice FN16-118 addressing nuisance tripping issues in specific AFCI models. Let's delve into this field notice and explore troubleshooting steps for nuisance tripping. The affected models listed in the field notice are QF2AF, QF2AFT, 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 and QF2AFT. The issue addressed in the field notice is nuisance tripping caused by misapplied or miswired line-side load in AFCI models with integral line or load terminals. The resolution involves referring to the field notice for specific guidance on load application and wiring. If you are experiencing nuisance tripping with Siemens AFCIs, here are several troubleshooting steps you can take. Firstly, check the load application. Verify that the load connected to the AFCI is within the specified ratings. Overloading the circuit can cause the AFCI to trip. Secondly, inspect the wiring. Ensure that all wiring is properly terminated and that there are no loose connections. Loose connections can create arc faults and cause nuisance tripping. Consider external factors. Check for potential electrical noise or interference sources that could be affecting the AFCI's operation. Sources of electrical noise include, but are not limited to, some types of lighting, older appliances or equipment with worn components, or other devices that generate electromagnetic interference. Test the AFCI. Use a qualified electrician to test the AFCI using proper equipment to determine if it is functioning correctly. If the above steps do not resolve the issue, contact Siemens Technical Support for further assistance. Siemens has a dedicated AFCI technical support team available to help customers with troubleshooting. You can find AFCI field notices and other technical documents on the Siemens website. Additionally, the Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, maintains a database of product recalls and complaints. When troubleshooting AFCI nuisance tripping, it's crucial to understand the technology behind these devices. AFCIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are unintended electrical discharges that can occur in damaged or deteriorated wiring. There are two main types of arc faults: series arc faults and parallel arc faults. Series arc faults occur when a wire is broken or partially broken, interrupting the flow of current. Parallel arc faults occur when there is a short circuit between two wires. AFCIs use sophisticated algorithms to distinguish between normal electrical arcs, such as those produced by light switches or motor brushes, and dangerous arc faults. When an arc fault is detected, the AFCI quickly trips the circuit, cutting off the flow of electricity and preventing a fire. The sensitivity of AFCIs can sometimes lead to nuisance tripping, especially in older homes with existing wiring issues. However, it's important to remember that AFCIs are designed to protect against potentially deadly electrical fires, so it's crucial to address any tripping issues promptly. In addition to the troubleshooting steps mentioned earlier, there are a few other things to consider when dealing with AFCI nuisance tripping. Check for shared neutrals. Shared neutrals can cause imbalances in the circuit, leading to nuisance tripping. If you suspect a shared neutral issue, consult with a qualified electrician to have the wiring inspected and corrected. Inspect the branch circuit wiring. Carefully inspect the branch circuit wiring for any signs of damage, such as frayed insulation, loose connections, or improperly installed devices. Replace any damaged wiring or devices to eliminate potential sources of arc faults. Consider the age of the wiring. In older homes, the wiring may be deteriorated or damaged, making it more susceptible to arc faults. If you suspect that the wiring is the cause of the nuisance tripping, consider having it replaced by a qualified electrician. When working with electrical wiring, it's essential to follow all safety precautions and local electrical codes. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on any wiring or devices. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult with a qualified electrician to perform the work. In the United States, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the installation and maintenance of electrical wiring and equipment. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it's important to stay up to date with the latest requirements. The 2008 NEC, for example, includes specific requirements for AFCI protection in dwelling units. Section 210.12 of the 2008 NEC requires AFCI protection for all 120 volts, single-phase, 15 and 20 amps branch circuit supplying outlets installed in dwelling unit bedrooms. Subsequent editions of the NEC have expanded the AFCI requirements to include other areas of the home, such as family rooms, dining rooms, living rooms, parlors, libraries, dens, recreation rooms, sunrooms, and closets. The NEC also provides guidance on the proper installation and wiring of AFCIs. Section 110.3 B of the NEC requires that listed or labeled equipment be installed and used in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. This means that AFCIs must be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. The NEC also addresses the issue of identifying AFCI circuits. Section 210.5 C requires that when more than one nominal voltage system exists in a building containing dwelling units, each ungrounded conductor of a multi-wire branch circuit, where accessible, shall be identified by phase and system. The means of identification shall be permanently posted at each branch circuit panel board. This requirement helps to prevent accidental miswiring of AFCIs and other electrical devices. In addition to the NEC, there may be local electrical codes that apply to the installation and maintenance of electrical wiring and equipment. It's important to check with your local building department to ensure that you are following all applicable codes. When troubleshooting AFCI nuisance tripping, it's also helpful to understand the different types of AFCIs that are available. There are branch or feeder AFCIs, which are installed at the panel board and protect the entire branch circuit. There are outlet branch circuit AFCIs, which are installed at the first outlet in the branch circuit and protect the remaining outlets in the circuit. There are combination AFCIs, which provide both branch or feeder and outlet branch circuit protection. The type of AFCI that is required depends on the specific application and the requirements of the NEC and local electrical codes. It's also important to consider the environment in which the AFCI is being installed. AFCIs are sensitive to environmental factors such as temperature and humidity. In areas with high humidity, it may be necessary to use a specially designed AFCI that is rated for damp or wet locations. In areas with extreme temperatures, it may be necessary to use an AFCI that is rated for a wider temperature range. When selecting an AFCI, it's important to choose a model that is compatible with the existing wiring and electrical system. Consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that you are selecting the correct type of AFCI for your application. In some cases, nuisance tripping may be caused by a faulty AFCI. If you suspect that the AFCI is faulty, it should be tested by a qualified electrician. If the AFCI is found to be faulty, it should be replaced with a new one. When replacing an AFCI, it's important to use a model that is listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories or all. This ensures that the AFCI meets safety standards and is suitable for its intended use. In addition to the troubleshooting steps mentioned earlier, there are a few other things to consider when dealing with AFCI nuisance tripping in older homes. Check for aluminum wiring. Aluminum wiring was used in many homes built in the 1960s and 1970s. Aluminum wiring can corrode over time, leading to loose connections and arc faults. If you have aluminum wiring, it's important to have it inspected by a qualified electrician and repaired or replaced as necessary. Inspect the electrical outlets. Carefully inspect the electrical outlets for any signs of damage, such as cracks, chips, or loose connections. Replace any damaged outlets to eliminate potential sources of arc faults. Check the light fixtures. Inspect the light fixtures for any signs of damage, such as frayed wires or loose connections. Replace any damaged light fixtures to eliminate potential sources of arc faults. Consider the use of surge protectors. Surge protectors can help to protect against voltage surges, which can damage electrical equipment and cause AFCIs to trip. Use surge protectors to protect sensitive electronic equipment, such as computers and televisions. In some cases, nuisance tripping may be caused by the sensitivity of the AFCI itself. If you have tried all of the troubleshooting steps mentioned earlier and are still experiencing nuisance tripping, you may want to consider replacing the AFCI with a less sensitive model. However, it's important to note that reducing the sensitivity of the AFCI may also reduce its ability to detect arc faults. Consult with a qualified electrician to determine if replacing the AFCI with a less sensitive model is the right solution for your situation. When dealing with AFCI nuisance tripping, it's important to remember that AFCIs are designed to protect against potentially deadly electrical fires. It's crucial to address any tripping issues promptly and to follow all safety precautions when working with electrical wiring and equipment. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, consult with a qualified electrician to perform the work. Remember that electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to err on the side of caution. Never attempt to work on electrical wiring or equipment unless you are properly trained and qualified. Always turn off the power to the circuit before working on any wiring or devices. Use the proper tools and equipment for the job. Follow all safety precautions and local electrical codes. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure your safety and prevent electrical fires. In summary, addressing Siemens AFCI nuisance tripping involves a systematic approach. Firstly, identify if your AFCI model is among those listed in the 2016 Field Notice FN16-118. Then diligently check the load application to ensure it aligns with the AFCI specified ratings. Wiring inspections are crucial. Verify proper termination and the absence of loose connections. Consider external factors such as electrical noise or interference. Testing the AFCI with qualified personnel and equipment is essential to assess its functionality. If these steps don't resolve the issue, contacting Siemens technical support is advisable. Remember to inspect for shared neutrals, examine branch circuit wiring for damage, and consider the age of the wiring, especially in older homes. Aluminum wiring, common in some older constructions, requires special attention due to potential corrosion. Inspect electrical outlets and light fixtures for any signs of damage. Using surge protectors can help mitigate voltage surges that may cause tripping. If nuisance tripping persists despite these measures, consider the sensitivity of the AFCI, but consult an electrician before opting for a less sensitive model. Always prioritize safety, adhering to electrical codes and precautions when working with wiring. For any concerns or uncertainties, professional assistance from a qualified electrician is paramount. The ultimate goal is to ensure both the proper functioning of the AFCI and the safety of the electrical system.